Dorchester County Councilwoman Harriet Holman is asking the constituents of her district, District 1, to give her 4 more years to tackle issues such as growth, infrastructure, and housing. She tells me why she's running this time as a Republican for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Councilwoman Harriet Holman, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I know that you were elected to serve the residents of Dorchester County's District 1 seat beginning in January 2019, first as a Democrat. And just recently you made some news because now you are a Republican candidate for that particular district. Tell me, why Harriet Holman for Dorchester County Council again? Why now?
Why now? Well, Mr. Washington, I changed parties because when I was young and, when you're born into and I was born in Alabama and I was born into a family that were Democrats. And so I grew up as a Democrat, went into the military, served my country, and I followed my orders, what president we had in office. And it didn't matter which president, we followed the orders. But when I retired from the military and got much involved in the community that I'm in now and started looking at how things were being done, started looking at what party was doing what, I levitated to the Republican Party because that is really the lifestyle that I have lived my entire life. So it was not a hard switch. It just was me being me. So I moved over to the Republican Party, and that's the way I'm running to be reelected as a Republican.
What were the Democrats doing wrong, and what were the Republicans doing right as a recent?
So, of course, inflation is one of the huge things that is going on with the Democratic Party. I think that we need to ensure that we take care of our citizens much better. I think that we need to keep taxes lower. We need to make sure that our individuals that are working can afford to go to work and do their job and not have to break even at the end of the week because they went to work. So we just got to do a much better job. The Republicans do a much better job than what the Democrats were doing. Look at Biden, look at the prices of gas right now. That's not the direction that we want to go in.
And you talk about those lower taxes. What is the current tax right now in your district?
Well, the current tax in my district right now, they've been so low that I haven't had any complaints about them. So I will have to get back with you with the exact amount of taxes. But I do know right now, as a county council person, we are voting to not raise any taxes for our citizens in Dorchester County. So our taxes are very minimum within the county.
And I know, Ms. Holman, you mentioned earlier about jobs. How many of the jobs have been lost so far in your district due to inflation and other issues, such as COVID?
One of the things that we have done in our area, we've been very fortunate because Walmart Distribution Center has came to our area. We have been able to hire 900 individuals in this district, and the Walmart Distribution Center is in District 1.
Right.
So 900 employees have been hired, and so I believe that they need about 100 more employees right now.
And Ms. Holman, obviously, as you know, that's one of the biggest accomplishments for Dorchester County, and you have a lot of other accomplishments as well as a recent. What do you consider your greatest accomplishment on Dorchester County Council since January 2019?
Well, let me give you several accomplishments. We are bringing urgent care to Dorchester County District 1. That is something that was very much needed in that district. And so now the individuals won't have to drive 20 minutes to Walterboro or 30 minutes to Somerville to get urgent care. Especially when you wake up in the middle of the night and there's something going on, you need to get to an urgent care facility very quickly. And so now also we're paving roads. There have been roads that need to be paved since 2004. And I've told my citizens in that district, it does not take 20 years to do anything but retire from a job. So we will be getting those roads paved much quicker than 20 years. So I'm working on some roads right now that should be paved within the next couple of months. And also we are bringing broadband to the area as well. And that's going to make a huge difference for our citizens. As we know, when COVID-19 hit, people were not able to go to school. And so we did not have the right internet service that we needed. And this is going to make a huge difference for teachers, for doctors, for individuals to see their physicians without having to go anywhere. So, those are just a few things I'm working on. And then I'm also working on fire support within our district. That is very dear to my heart, being a person that lost her own home and her son in a fire, I want to make sure that every individual in District 1 is covered for protection so that the fire department can cover them, their life and their property. That is very important to me.
Yes, ma'am. I remember that story very well, and my condolences to you and your family.
Mhm.
How many of those people in District 1 actually have that type of insurance, Ms. Holman?
The type of the insurance for fire. But
Yes,
what
ma'am.
we have done is the insurance for fire, since we have more fire departments and more coverage,
Right.
their insurance has gone down tremendously. So anyone in Dorchester County should be able to afford the insurance because it's dropped down tremendously. And that's something something that you have to have on your house anyway.
Yeah.
But right now the price is lower because we used to be at 10 and now we at 4. And so that should give people the ability to afford fire insurance on their house.
And I know you have to wrap it up here in a few minutes, so just cut me off whenever you need to. But tell me, what are your future transportation projects for District 1?
Well, for District 1, what we're doing is we're doing with the tax that we had, the penny tax.
Right.
One of the things we're doing, we're working on the roads, making sure bridges are safe, making sure roads are safe, expand the roads, expanding the project on Highway 78.
Yes.
These are things that's going to make it much safer for individuals to drive in Dorchester County and around the county as a whole.
And where exactly else in District 1 do you want to expand that infrastructure?
I want to expand the infrastructure all the way down it goes all the way down to Reedsville, the cover from the beginning of my district to the end of my district. Every individual that's a taxpayer should have the same that other taxpayers have. Like we're growing in that end of the county. So we should have the same things on the end of the county, good roads, good facilities, sports complex. We should have what every citizen have. And I believe that this council is the council to put it in place because this council has a good vision of what Dorchester should look like the next 5 years, next 10 years, and they're working towards that goal. So, I'm in District 1,
right,
but I can work very well with District Councilman 2, 3, 4, so we work just well together.
And you talk about Dorchester County's vision. What is your vision for District 1?
My vision for District 1 is that we have urgent care, that we have the fire support that we need, that we have good roads, that the citizens in District 1 love to stay in District 1 because we have jobs there, that we have everything that is needed for the citizens that are currently living there and for the citizens that will be moving there.
And Ms. Holman, how many minority jobs do you want to bring to District 1 over the next 5 years?
Say it one more time.
Yes, ma'am. How many minority jobs do you want to bring or recruit to District 1 in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I want to bring jobs there. Jobs. So, when I look at bringing jobs to the area, when I look at a person wanting to come to the area, I look at the amount of jobs that they're bringing to the area. So that is what I want to do. I just want to bring jobs that anybody can work in, and as many of those jobs that we can get to come to the area.
And how many jobs obviously have been brought to Dorchester County since you've been on council?
As I said earlier, with Walmart, over 900. And so I'm going to say way more than that. So we know that the 900 has been there within the last couple of months. So, and there are other jobs and other companies that have came to the area. But the biggest accomplishment has been Walmart.
Now, what is that pace of growth in your district?
If you ask my constituents, they would say too fast. But what we're going to do is we're going to manage to grow. So the growth is not going to outrun the infrastructure. The infrastructure has to come first, and then the growth will come shortly behind it. But we are going to manage it at the pace that the county council needs to manage that growth.
And I know I have 2 minutes left, but let me ask you this. How do you grow Dorchester County by managing it with smart growth?
Well, you grow it by when people come in and they want to bring things like subdivisions, developers, things like that. Well, we have the comprehensive plan that we have already used and put in place, and it gives us a 10-year plan on how we're going to grow the district. So if we stay within the confines of the comprehensive plan, we would be doing very smart growth. And that is very important for people to understand. And I encourage my citizens to go and read the comprehensive plan to understand how the growth will be coming down to your area. So if we follow that, that would be our smart growth.
Where is that growth coming to District 1?
The growth is coming all over District 1 because there are a lot of developers that want to come there and build homes. And so it's coming all over. It's coming in St. George area. It's coming in the Edith Store area. It's coming in Ridgeville area, really heavily in the Ridgeville area right now. So it is coming. But as I said, we're going to follow that comprehensive plan. We're going to do that, and we're going to grow it very smartly, very wisely. And the other councilmen on county council totally understand how we're supposed to do this. And they are doing it with the boundaries of the comprehensive plan.
And one last question.
Okay, what is that?
Oh, yes, ma'am. And one last question for you, Councilwoman Holman, because I know you have to run. What's more important for District 1 right now? Is it building new homes in the commercial space or rehabbing, expanding, and better utilizing the existing space?
I would say the most important thing for District 1 right now is infrastructure, because none of those things can happen without the infrastructure that comes first.
And now, how many homes have actually been built at a fairly consistent rate in your district?
Well, we have several developers that are coming in there that are trying to build homes, but right now we're still in the process. So there have been a few new homes there in the Ridgeville area, but down further than that, there have not been many because we're in the process of still in the voting process and still in the county council. Right now, it's still at county council to vote those things in.
And how many existing homes have been built so far?
I don't have an exact number for you, so I don't want to throw out a number and it not be correct. So if I can get that number back to you, I will. I just don't want to throw out a bad number just for the sake of throwing a number to you.
And if you were to be reelected, Councilman Holman, what would you do on day one for your district?
On day one, I would thank the people for reelecting me and having the trust in me to be their councilwoman for 4 more years. And then I'll pull my sleeves up, go work with my other 6 councilmen to follow that comprehensive plan to do what is needed to be done in District 1.
Dorchester County Councilwoman Harriet Holman, thank you for your time. And again, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
And thank you so very much for having me.
You're very welcome.